I'm Myron Silling. I farm with my father and brother. We run about 1,350 acres of corn and soybeans. We're raising non-GMO corn. We are growing Roundup Ready soybeans currently. We are a no-till operation, have been since the mid-90s, and currently doing fall-seeded cover crops. One of the things we learned on corn that first year that we planted green is you do need to scout for true armyworms. They look for a green crop in the spring, and our cover crops growing are a natural home for them. But when we harvested that fall, we did not see a yield loss where we had the armyworms eating for us. Last year, we did have in the soybeans some issue with the slugs. It got to be very late planting. I was planting into 5 and 6 foot tall ryegrass. The ground did not want to dry out with that tall ryegrass there. There was too much shade. The sun and wind didn't make it to the ground to dry it. And so we had issues closing the seed furrow, and at that point it may have been better to run a spading closing wheel. When the seed furrow does not get closed, slugs can be a major issue, and last year we did lose soybean population to slug feeding in the spring. I would say on the worst fields, we probably lost 5 to 6 bushels an acre. Overall, we did very well for our soybean yield compared to the custom work I do for the people that did not have cover crops. It's just, I know we can do better. Part of why we went to planting green. The slugs will stay with the cover crop and feeding there and leave your growing crop alone. The allepathy effect is another big worry people have on the corn crop. The ways to overcome that are nitrogen up front, an in-furrow pop-up, again for a little extra N to get that seed going. I've read some studies being done that they say that that effect truly only affects small seeded plants. Corn is a large seed, soybeans are a large seed. So there's now starting to be doubt whether that effect even applies to corn or soybeans. Now I will say last year when we were dealing with the 5 and 6 foot tall cereal rye, planting the soybeans into it, I did run into a little bit of a wrapping problem on my fixed row cleaners in the back. The floating row cleaners in the front were able to pivot backwards, and they have a gauge wheel, a band on them, and that prevented wrapping for me. The fixed row cleaners were a wrapping issue, and so I did raise them. We have been very happy and are going to continue to try and plant green and have cover crops on our acres.